Explosions is a 9-minute short film and it really packs a powerful punch. Hassan is at a crossroad in his life and is struggling to cope with life's challenges.
Did you know him?
He's currently being tempted to join a Muslim fundamentalist group.
He knows you're one of us.
The film was inspired by the 7th July bombings in London last year, and in particular, one story that one of the suicide bombers was playing a cricket match a couple of days before back home up north, and there were a lot of questions asked about how, you know, 1 minute he would be playing a cricket match so calmly and with aspirations to play for the county, and then get involved with this, you know, terrible terrorist act.
So being a Muslim yourself, did you feel that you wanted to make a statement against all the negative media press?
Well, there has been a lot of bleak media, a lot of bad press for Muslims, as I'm sure everybody's aware, since and before 7th July, since 9/11. I think that's what Explosions is. It represents perhaps Muslims in a better light than what you read in the papers or see on the news. There's more than one choice available to this difficult dilemma of how British Muslims are perceived to be integrating or not integrating into modern Britain. This film suggests that whilst there are so many problems heaped upon the shoulders of young British men, you know, disenfranchised communities, economic deprivation, and plain racism, the film touches upon all those things. But it says, you know, this is not the answer. All of that energy can be channeled into something positive.
Include the hilarious American comedy Stranger Than Fiction, starring Will Ferrell.
The intersection of reality and fantasy are given a thorough workout in Stranger Than Fiction, starring Will Ferrell as an archetypal taxman who suddenly starts to hear a voice in his head that is narrating his whole life. This affects his work, his love life, and even his death.
Harold found himself exasperated.
Shut up!
Cursing the heavens in futility.
No, I'm not. I'm cursing you, you stupid voice, so shut up and leave me alone!
The voice in his head belongs to celebrated reclusive author Kate Winslet, played by Emma Thompson. She is writing the fictional life of Harold Crick in her new book. Hello, Emma. What inspired you to take part in this film and play this character, please?
This film is so great, the character is so brilliant, and the script was the best script I'd read in 10 years.
Is there any way to see the people who aren't going to get better?
Excuse me?
I'd like to see, if at all possible, the ones who aren't going to make it, you know, the dead for sure ones.
I'm sorry, are you suffering from anything?
Just writer's block.
I would describe it as a delicate balance between a comedy and a tragedy. It's a very unique, heartfelt film about a man trying to figure out the details of his life and how he wants to live it.
The crowd was drawn into a frenzy by Hollywood film legend Dustin Hoffman.
I admire the director, and he called me up and said, would you be in it?
Well, not the most insightful voice in the world, is it? First thing on the list of what Americans say they hate: work. Second, traffic. Third, missing socks. See what I'm saying?
Sort of.
I told you you're gonna die, you believe me?
No.
Why?
I don't know you.
He's a professor, and he went to school, and I never did.
I absolutely love it, and I hope that there'll be a great reaction tonight. Fingers crossed.
Now that's what I call a star-studded show. See you after the break, when we'll catch up with more Hollywood glamour right here on the red carpet in London.
We're here at the red carpet premiere for Hollywoodland, which is based on a true story. It's about the actor George Reeves, who played Superman on American television in the 50s. He was actually found dead in his Beverly Hills apartment in 1959. At the time, it was deemed as suicide, but this film has other ideas. Investigating the murder of George Reeves is the cool private detective played by Adrian Brody. Adrian hails from Queens in New York. He's a hip-hop head and likes nothing more than scratching beats together.
On my downtime, I make music. I don't know if that would earn me any money. My music is a bit more melodic and definitely retains a kind of, I don't know, urban flavor.
You're a murderer. Prove it.
Superman doesn't smoke.
I'm coming right back. Keep your mitts off my grub.
All right.
Breathing life into the tragic Superman star is Ben Affleck. Their lives draw many parallels, as they both played superheroes and achieved worldwide fame.
You have this culture of movies and television that kind of gives off this certain projected reality. And this is really about, like, the story is about, for me, in terms of Reeves, what it's like to live as a part of that projected reality, the cost, the toll it took on him.
George Reeves has an affair with Toni Mannix, played by Diane Lane. She is married to one of the most powerful studio bosses in Hollywood.
You're an old man, Eddie. Who's gonna wipe the blood off your hands?
My hands? I'm in the picture business.
Bob Hoskins plays Eddie Mannix, an ex-gangster and head of MGM Studios. Bob, just wanted to say, you're a film legend, man. You are part of the cinema landscape. But I wanted to ask you, if you weren't acting, what else would you be doing in life? What are your other passions in life?
I'd probably be robbing banks, I think. You know what I mean? It's sort of, I can't think of anything else that would be that sort of, you know, everything else seems a bit humdrum, doesn't it?
We're here in Trafalgar Square for a truly unique and inspiring event. It's to celebrate the 50th year of the London Film Festival, and what it is, it's a live projection of a film portrait of London, and it's being orchestrated live by the award-winning director Mike Figgis. The event was a visual feast, featuring films made by the most talented filmmakers and artists in the country.
A film I'm looking forward to seeing is Mischief Nights. It's in the same vein as East is East.
Carpet for one of the most critically acclaimed films of the year. The film is called Bobby, and it's an absolutely stellar cast. Hollywood royalty are in this film. Now, everyone must remember the original young gun, Emilio Estevez. He's a legend. Even I'm a fan. But he's a director now, and the film is about the assassination of Robert F. Kennedy, but seen through the eyes of guests and staff of the Ambassador Hotel where he was killed. Without a doubt, he's done an amazing job directing this complex script. It intertwines about 22 mini-stories starring Demi Moore, Sharon Stone, William H. Macy, Christian Slater, Freddie Rodriguez, Lindsay Lohan, Elijah Wood, and one of the hottest young actresses in Hollywood right now, the beautiful Joy Bryant. What was the most enjoyable aspect for you while working on this film?
Meeting Sir Anthony Hopkins and Harry Belafonte, but in particularly Anthony Hopkins, because I came out the makeup trailer with big rollers in my hair, and I just got my hair and makeup done, and I ended up bumping into a PA who was walking with him and introduced us, and he said I looked beautiful with rollers.
Well, that's all from me here at the London Film Festival. It's been an emotional ride, man. I've learned that Bob Hoskins would be robbing banks if he wasn't an actor. Adrian Brody is a hip-hop artist in the making, and Borat likes to have women in his hotel room. But beyond all of that, the finest starlet on that red carpet was Joy Bryant.
Well, that's all we've got time for on this week's show. The London Festival's been a memorable one. I've had a fantastic time myself. Met so many celebs, it's been fantastic. Make sure you join me again on Word on the Street, in the most happening place in the world, London.